Hello and welcome, Golden Arrow here. Today I played an old classic of mine, an old favorite of mine, Forever Indy on the Nintendo 64. This is a hack, this is a mod, this game should technically not exist, and I'm really not sure of its legality. For those that aren't in the know, this is a WWF game, but as you see here, this was hacked by a fan named HIW, mad respect and props to him. To include all of the independent leagues around the globe, really. Obviously some aren't here, but you got PWG, ROH, CCW, JAPW, IWA, and many others, as you saw there. TNA, Pro Wrestling Noah, just a bunch of stuff. What you see here, here's Bryan Danielson, back in the day when he was still Indy, now known as Daniel Bryan. Here you got Claudio Castagnoli, who is now Antonio Cesaro. And this game is actually very old. I used to play it when I was a kid. Well, not too much of a kid. I guess I was around 20 the first time I played this. Seems like a long time ago. Samoa Joe, Christopher Daniels. But obviously this is much younger versions of the guys that are famous now, such as AJ Styles, who's on Raw every week. You know, everybody has to get their break somewhere, and this is a game that looks at the independent scene, you know, before WWE, before WWF. Here we see Kevin Steen, who's Kevin Owens, you know, minus the beard, back when he was Mr. Wrestling. There's Davey Richards, before joining TNA and becoming a member of American Wolves. Super Dragon, Scorpio Sky and Quicksilver. Good stuff. Just an amazing roster here. Necro Butcher, who's well known for his death matches. I wouldn't suggest you watch them. They're pretty bad. Joey Ryan, who does the suplex with his penis or whatever the hell. I believe he's in Lucha Underground as well. Some guys I don't really know. I don't remember everybody. I don't know who Sabian is. You know what I mean? But this is a very well made mod. Ruckus was in ROH for a while. And I believe Eddie Kingston was in CCW. And he was in ROH when they did the ROH versus CCW thing. I have no idea who Joker is. I don't remember him. I don't know where he ended up. I don't know who the hell that is. Chris Sabin, everybody probably knows him from his time in TNA, Motor City Machine Guns. I believe he's currently in ROH. Alex Shelley is also currently in ROH. Had a good run in NJPW with the Time Splitters. Jay Leto is currently the ROH heavyweight champion. Matt Sydal, this is a very young Matt Sydal. This is before Evan Bourne. Roderick Strong, who's also doing a lot of work for ROH. Austin Aries, who just performed at NXT. If you watched NXT The End, you saw Austin Aries. Kenta, aka Hideo Itami, who is out with injury. Here's to hoping he shows up soon. And CM Punk, as many of you know, who is now training for UFC. Here's to hoping he does something. My Chicago-born hero, my Chi-Town hero, Colt Cabana. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Chicago, shout out to Colt Cabana. And I don't know who the hell B-Boy is. Jimmy Jacobs. Now here's an interesting thing. It's going to freeze here. Yeah, see, it freezes up because it's a hack. You know, it's not a real game. So excuse the frozenness. I guess it overloaded my system, or perhaps it didn't know how to load this texture. But there's that other character of Jimmy Jacobs, who I believe Jimmy Jacobs is now with WWE behind the scenes, much like Adam Pearce is. And here you see El Generico, who is Sami Zayn. Jack Evans is doing a lot of work in Mexico. Adam Pearce, who I believe is also from Chicago. I'm not too positive about that, but I think so because his shirt says Chicago, as you see there. He also works for WWE behind the scenes. Rest in peace, Larry Sweeney. Very sad to see what happened to him. He had a lot of charisma, and sometimes, you know, it's the guys that look the happiest that are actually the saddest. Rest in peace, Larry Sweeney. Obviously, the Briscoe Bros, one of my favorite tag teams. Really wish they didn't have that down south gimmick, because their in-ring work is so amazing. But damn, do I hate their character. But hey, they work really well, and I got a number of respect from Homicide, Low Key, two spectacular athletes. I believe Homicide works a lot in Puerto Rico. I think Low Key was at Evolve. Steve Corino, former ECW guy. Hello Wicked and Jigsaw are in this game. Gran Akuma, Icarus, just a lot of amazing independent talent from the 2000s. Tyler Black, that's right, Seth Rollins is in this game. Interestingly enough, back then we didn't think he would be anything special, so as you see here, he's actually mixed in with this Josh Abercrombie guy. Who the hell's that? I don't effing know. Personally, like when I saw Tyler Black, I thought, oh well, he's pretty tall, that's pretty much it. I didn't see the charisma that WWE saw. Perhaps some others did. I know personally I didn't see much there. Addison Danger, who I believe works behind the scenes for Shimmer now. Lacey, I wonder what happened to Lacey. I haven't seen her in a long time. I think I heard something about her going to school or something. I don't know. Don't remember. N-Dog 20, who's actually in Lucha Underground now, is Son of Havoc. For those that don't know, that's El Hijo de Havoc, or Son of Havoc, whatever the hell you want to call him. Is that Paige's brother? I think that may be Paige's brother, y'all. I'm not sure. Sick Nick Mondo is in this game. Max Boyer, who the fuck is Delirious? I believe he's still the booker in ROH. He still does work for them. I have no idea who any of these people are. I think Excalibur is from PWG, isn't he? So I guess this is the PWG roster. I don't know who any of these guys are. And Bob Saget's in this game. Just let that sink in. Next to John Sandig and Ian Rotten, the like worst deathmatch wrestlers of all time. And depending on who you ask, that might mean they're the best. But yeah, Bob Saget is in this fucking game. Bob Saget. So I'm going to do Kenta versus CM Punk for your viewing entertainment. And I guess I'll call the match. What the hell? But yeah, this is a really good game. The arena looks incredible. If you haven't downloaded it and played it, like I said earlier, I'm not sure about the legality of it because technically this isn't really a game. You know, I guess you could say it's a fan-made project. There was no money that was made, so I guess it's not technically illegal. You know, it's not like King of Colosseum 2, which I also own. Like that game is a Japanese game, and I legit shouldn't have it in the United States. You know what I mean? And it shouldn't work in the United States. You know, I had to do some weird shit to my PS2 just to get it to work. So you know, like that one, I'm like, okay, that's a little shady. But I went out and I bought the real Japanese version just so that I could have like, you know what I mean, like that. You know, that leeway, because I was kind of scared. Y'all have seen my King of Colosseum videos on here. But this is a really fun game too, especially if you're into the No Mercy engine. Sorry, I have to drink some water. If you're into the No Mercy engine, then it doesn't get any better. You know, you got the No Mercy engine here. But it's an ROH ring. It looks like an ROH arena. The fans look like ROH fans. And you got CM Punk and Kenta, aka Hideo Itami, in the ring. I'm really upset that I don't still have the save of my old version. Fisherman Buster there by Kenta, aka Hideo Itami. Because I used to have this exact game, but I had it hacked even more so. Because, you know, when I was younger, I had more time on my hands. Realistically, I think I probably started playing this around 17 or 18 years old. So I was still in high school, you know. Now that I think about it, I think it was probably 17 or 18, or when I was like just getting my first job, around that time frame. I had hacked this game even more. I added more characters to the roster. So like I remember I had like this Legends bracket or whatever, and it had like Jushin Liger and Great Sasuke and Eddie Guerrero and all this other stuff. It was really cool. I'm unsure if I forgot to press unlock all. Perhaps some of those guys are actually in the game, just that they have to be unlocked or whatnot. I'm not sure. But yeah, I wish I still had that one. I had Rey Mysterio in that one. I think I had Kurt Angle in that one as well. So like, I had all these dream matches in that one. But it was still the No Mercy engine. It still looked like No Mercy. It was still, you know, very much No Mercy, as Kenta unloads with knees. Magical time, man. Magical time. I remember back then, just finishing high school, you know, just getting my first job and going out to ROH damn near every show they had. the roster was stacked. You know what I mean? Dangerous! That's what they used to say on commentary back then when you bought the DVDs. Just really good times to be a fan, you know. Daniel Bryan and Kenta, Hideo Itami, Samoa Joe, Christopher Daniels, and AJ Styles. You know, like that was the roster. You know, Jack Evans and Davey Richards, Austin Aries. You know what I mean? On an off night, on a night where the card wasn't as packed as it should have been, I got Hideo Itami versus Austin Aries. You know, the scene back then, the independent scene was really strong. But that's how it is with pro wrestling. You know, it's like any sport. You know, some years when you watch the NBA dunk contest, it's going to be effing amazing. For example, this year with what the heck were those guys' names? Gordon and what was that other dude's name? Man, he could dunk. He dunked out his damn shoes. Y'all know what I'm talking about? The dude, he did a lot of badass stuff. I forgot his name. I remember Gordon though, because it sounded like Jordan. Well, yeah, you know what I'm talking about. This year's dunk contest winner, whoever the hell, I forgot his name. But dude could really jump out of his shoes, you know what I mean? And Gordon could too, you know, they could both really dunk. And like, but before those two, the dunk contest was kind of lame. And that's no fault of the competitors, you know what I mean? It's just that as humans evolve, you know, after a while, you reach a limit. You know, and I think guys like Vince Carter, Jason Richardson really pushed that limit, you know what I mean, to the point where it couldn't be topped. And then you have to wait, usually about 5 to 10 years, and then the next generation after that can then top it again, which is what I said, Gordon and Levine. Yeah, Levine, that was his name. Yeah, Gordon and Levine, they were able to push the limits again, thanks to, you know, out of evolution. And this era of independent wrestling and what you're seeing nowadays in WWE with, you know, guys like Neville and Hideo Itami and CM Punk, who is in UFC now, and Daniel Bryan and stuff like that, you know, Samoa Joe and Nakamura and Balor and Aries and everybody that's in WWE now, you know, Cesaro and Kevin Steen, which would be his name here, but now he's Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, who in this game would be El Generico. They pushed the boundaries, you know what I mean? And although the independents are still very good right now, you know what I mean, certain limits have already been reached, you know. Jack Evans 630, that's like as far as we as humans are able to get right now, you know. And Ricochet, who can do the double moonsault, but here's to hoping he never fucking does it anymore, because every time he does it, it looks like he's going to fucking break his neck. So he shouldn't do it anymore, you know what I mean? But yeah, like that's why I say that this was really a magical era, this era in the independents. Everybody was really pushing the limits, and like nowadays it seems like either those limits have been reached, or the promoters and the wrestlers themselves have decided to focus on beautiful Dragon suplex, beautiful exchange there, that was badass. The promoters themselves have decided to focus on charisma, which isn't such a bad thing, you know. If you could cut a good promo and if you could get over, you know, like the Bullet Club or whatever the hell, then more power to you, you know. Selling t-shirts for $20 is the same as selling DVDs for $20, so fuck it, you know what I mean? As a fan, I can just sit back and enjoy both equally. But like, I think it has a lot to do with, you know, the fact that I was a kid. You know, like I'm 30 now. I still go to shows once in a while, but it's not like when I was younger, you know what I mean? But yeah, definitely, man. This era was something special. You know, that isn't to say I don't enjoy WWE 2K16, which is a No Mercy mod that I've had here. I enjoy that game as well, but this game definitely has a lot of memories. You know, it reminds me about a lot of stuff, a lot of good times that I had, you know. And here we see the Pepsi plunge. CM Punk actually used to do that off the top rope. If you're wondering why is he doing the pedigree, he did do the pedigree. That was his finisher, and that should about do it. I may have a rematch of this one. Hope y'all enjoyed. Peace.